We know that expensive doesn't necessarily mean better, but how cheap is too cheap? Especially when it comes to skincare. I want to put this to the test, so I am trying under $5 skincare so that you don't have to. This is going to be a brutally honest account of me first trying to even find under $5 skincare, and then actually testing it, sacrificing my face and my pores for the sake of your wallet. So if that like button doesn't match my dress, let's fix that and get started. This whole idea came about because I love brands such as The Ordinary and The Inky List and Beauty Pie, and these are all products that don't cost a ton of money, but they have really good quality products. Yet at the same time, I do notice that most of those prices hover anywhere between $6 and $15, and you can also go up to $30. And I thought, okay, Cassandra, what if you give yourself a challenge and try to go under $5? Really questioning whether or not cheap in price also means cheap in quality once you hit like a critical point. So that's what we're gonna try. First, I need to get my butt to the dollar store and to the interwebs to try to source some products. I used to always shop for beauty products at Sephora or Ulta, but as I've gotten older and hopefully wiser, I've learned a little bit more about the skincare industry, and I realized that brands that are in those stores often have to pay a fee or a commission or a large price to even be on those shelves. And fun fact, they actually have to pay for the shelves themselves. And especially since quarantine, since I live on the internet essentially, I really love online shopping, and I've been able to find products that I love this way. But when I think about finding under $5 skincare, I'm like, okay, where could I go? And what pops into my head are the dollar store, Walmart, maybe, random online stores, and then large retailers like Alibaba. I also want to try to find products that I would genuinely use, so I don't want to settle for things like Makeup Wives or St. Ives apricot scrubs or like the knockoff version of St. Ives apricot scrubs. So upholding my idealist standards of having good skincare at an inexpensive price while being vegan and cruelty-free with a decent ingredients list, we're gonna do this. So I started to take a look around Amazon, but I noticed that even with shipping, there weren't any skincare products that were like under $5. I honestly thought that I would be able to find a few, but I cannot. And the very few that I was able to looked very questionable. They got very shady reviews. And because they weren't cruelty-free, they were immediately not an option for me. Alibaba is the world's largest business-to-business trading e-commerce platform. It's basically where manufacturers can connect to other manufacturers to sell wholesale, which is how some skincare brands get started. Some products do have high order volumes, meaning you have to purchase like 100. Fun fact, in cosmetic manufacturing, I've actually helped to source raw materials from Alibaba, and as with anything, products can be hit and miss. So when I'm looking for inexpensive skincare at low volumes, I'm trying to find something quality, and if there's ever a chance to find skincare for under $5, I'm hoping that this is where I will luck out. It's also interesting because as I'm on here, I'm actually seeing, I don't know if they are dupes or I don't know if this is where these brands are sourcing them, but a lot of these things look like what I see at Glow Recipe or like maybe even Purito. And it could be that these brands had so much success that they're being copied. There's this one foundation that Nikkie Tutorials tried, and when I look under the beauty section, the foundation is actually right here and it's a lot cheaper, and they just relabeled it and marketed it. It's a very interesting world on this side of the internet. So I'm kind of hoping that because we're skipping the middleman, that that's why these products are so inexpensive, and they're not so inexpensive because they're made questionably. But we'll get them shipped to me and then we'll find out. But I am just going to purchase based on what I see and try to find myself something quality under $5. Honestly, I don't know if this is going to be possible. As always, I'm trying to find vegan and cruelty-free products, but some of these listings are kind of sketching me out. It just looks like they're jamming keywords into the title, hoping that I'll click on it. And then some of them have ingredients, and some of them don't mention the ingredients list at all. I'm looking for like a hyaluronic acid serum or something like that. And I mean, I could try to find a serum, or for $30 to $40, I could just buy an entire kilogram of HA salts. Why not? Okay, I did find this 2020 OEM private label best hydrating 100% vegan pure hyaluronic acid face serum, and it's only $2. Or if I buy over 1,000, I could get them for $1.85. But I just want one, thank you. This one is good because it actually lists the ingredients, which is nice. When I look at these ingredients, I don't see anything questionable. This actually appears to be a pretty good serum. However, just because the ingredients are good, is the formulation any good? Are the ingredients actually what they say? Yeah. They also have an AHA BHA peeling solution. Oh, hell no, what is this? All right, we've got this Magique Hour AHA 30% and BHA 2% peeling solution exfoliating facial whitening serum for skincare. Is it just me, or does this look like an exact dupe or potential ripoff of The Ordinary? The difference is that it's $1.56 or up to $3. Show me the ingredients. Oh my God. Okay, so the ingredients are a little bit different than The Ordinary's. This does have your alpha hydroxy acids, your beta hydroxy acids. It does have aloe, it has sativa, and then it has a bunch of your acids, citric acid, and glycerin. So ingredients-wise, this is not an exact dupe, but otherwise, this looks very familiar. It looks like it's vegan and cruelty-free, so added to cart. This is a whole adventure. You know, on like dating profiles when they're like, describe yourself, and someone types in, you know, crazy cat lady, loves memes, adventurous. This is what adventurous refers to, because this is a journey. Black carrot and Tasmanian pepperberry for color. That's exactly what The Ordinary is using. I wonder if they are trying to rip off The Ordinary, but the question is this going to burn my face off? Is it any good, or is it going to do nothing? We shall find out. He can be taught. And now it's time to go to the dollar store. Oh boy, this is a challenge because the dollar store is pretty much sold out, and there seem to be a lot of the, you know, the budget brands here at the dollar store, which again, we don't know if this is a bad thing or not, which is why I'm here to find out. But a lot of these dollar store budget brands, I can't tell whether or not they're cruelty-free, so I'm turning and learning my labels, looking for that cruelty-free symbol, and even looking up the companies to see where they are sourced from, where they are coming from, and whether or not they participate in the testing of the animals. Sometimes my own ideals exhaust me, but we're trying. So you know what? The dollar store was surprisingly good. I went in there not expecting much, and my expectations were a little bit rattled, but we found some options that are cruelty-free and vegan. We found some formulas that actually look halfway decent, fragrance-free, like options that would be safe for just about anybody's skin. But we also found a few things that I would not fathom, would not touch. And again, just because they're $1 doesn't mean they're worth $1. Apricot scrubs and makeup wipes are two of those items. Don't try me. Anyways, now we have our goodies. Oh no. You ever forget that you're like wearing the slightest amount of mascara and then just swipe it all around your eye?
Ooh. Our packages from Alibaba arrived.
Well, let's go unbox these, why don't we?
Look at this, they're not joking with these customs papers though. MSDS.
Okay. Our products have that is not a look. Oh, girl. She a catfish. She don't look like that. As I was saying, our products have arrived, which means it's time to test them out on our face and see if they are any good. I'm slightly nervous, but when I actually take a peek at some of these and look at the ingredients, they seem like good ingredients. The question is, are they actually any good? Obviously, when I do my own skincare, I usually prefer to be in my pajamas or in a bathrobe so I don't throw water all over the place. And hi, welcome to my pajamas. Here I am. And as we do this, what am I basing the success criteria for this off of? I'm going to be judging these based on the ingredients, based on the texture and feel that they have on the skin, and also the effect they have on the skin. Full disclosure, your skin takes around 28 days to go through a full cellular cycle. Obviously, I'm not giving these a full 28 or more day test, so I really cannot speak to any long-term changes, and I just want to make sure that that's clear. I am separating these out. The online order will be my night routine, and the dollar store will be my day routine. So this is an assortment of what we have, and again, I was kind of right. When I started looking at some of these, I realized that there are other brands that are literally buying these and repackaging them and selling them for an inflated price. For instance, when I look at Amazon, this company that again seems pretty decent is Nature Herbs, and they are much more expensive on Amazon than where I got them. As with a good skincare routine at any price, you should start with a nice cleanser. This happens to be a vitamin C brightening and glow daily facial cleanser. So here it is for $2.80, and again, on here it's listed as Super Natural Best Acne Facial Cleansing Cream Face Wash for Oily Skin. My favorite. All right, it says made from natural ingredients, which you know how I feel about those claims. Simply and convenient to use, safe and effective, based on plant collagen, more convenient to absorb. Well, that is good to know. Best face wash, clean, clear face wash, exfoliating face wash. Face wash for women and men. Natural and organic ingredients, face exfoliator, no sulfates, paraben, dyes, or fragrances, vegan and cruelty-free. When we actually look at the ingredients, let's see if they match up. We have aqua, okay, wow, this has a retinoid in it. I would be impressed, except for this is a cleanser, so it rinses right off the face. The retinol really isn't helping. It does seem like a gentle cleanser, as long as you're not, you know, going to be irritated by any of that orange. It does have some green tea, and it has that vitamin E. Based on the ingredients, it looks good, but how does it work on a face?
Okay, time to get my cleanser on. This one is very plasticky, Wrappit-y, and looks like a gel cleanser. Ooh, it is a very, very jelly cleanser. Oh my God, feel this. That is not like a gel cleanser I've felt before. This is a very thick gel cleanser. It is lathering. It's taking its time. Here we go. It doesn't smell like oranges at all. It smells very soapy, to be honest. It feels like it's cleansing halfway well. It's not burning anything yet, which is good. And it's not super foamy. It's just very, very thick. And why would they put retinol in this? Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that's a little more foamy right there. My face actually doesn't feel overly stripped or overly dried. Feels like a very basic cleanser. Like, I wouldn't pay more than $10 for it normally, but like, feels like a solid basic cleanser.
And then you know, what's a cleanse without a good double cleanse? So let's jump into our second cleanser. This is that highly questionable anti-blemish purifying cleanser, suitable for oil to combination skin. Not oily or combination prone, just oil to combination. This only comes in a little bit of plastic. There was not even a container that it is listed at, so I have to go reference the original listing for the ingredients. And again, it is titled Super 2020 Amino Acid Foam Cleanser Private Label Face Cleanser Wash Face Cleanser. Of course, it's my favorite. It was $1.80. It is a lot smaller than I initially had anticipated. Unfortunately, I do not speak or read Mandarin nor Cantonese, and so I don't know what this says or kind of what's listed here on the back. Looks like it's 30 grams of product, so it's not a horrible size, and for $1.80, it's definitely a great deal. But is the product any good? It has no artificial flavors. I guess that's good. This already is making me nervous. No flumic acid, no fluorescent agent, no arsenic. Should I be concerned about arsenic in these other products? Yikes. I honestly wonder which brands are private labeling this and just selling these for 5 times the price. When we actually look at the formula, it has oat amino acids, we have cocoa apple amino.
Editing Cassandra here. What's listed on the website is actually completely different than what's on the MSDS, the like safety and data sheet. I didn't realize that until I'm editing this video, but skeptical is an understatement.
And then it says other components, which is very questionable. Because this is exported and not sold on shelves, it is cruelty free. The ingredients appear to be vegan, and it says sensitive skin can be used. Should be, you know, can be used on sensitive skin, but I understand. I speak languages that are not my first language, and it is very difficult. So I get it. And you know what? At the end of the day, at least they're getting the point across. This substance does not belong to explosive substances. That is the reassuring message that I needed. I don't know if this one is telling me lies or is telling me the truth. I'm a little bit nervous about it, but the real test is how does it work on the face?
Oh, this reminds me of the Purito cleanser, where it's very pearly, very silky. This has like an old lady fragrancy. It has a Shiseido smell. That's what it has. Take a little bit of this and, ooh, very pearly, very foamy. Ooh, ooh, this is foamy. This one does feel more like a stripping cleanser. Based on the way this is foaming and the way it smells, I don't feel like they were honest about the ingredients with this one. Ooh, I don't feel like there's much acne in here. This actually feels like a stripping cleanser. Like one of those that makes you feel squeaky clean. I don't know. This feels like a bad idea. Ooh, bubbles. That is super foamy. Whoa. Ooh. Oh no. Do you feel it's squeaky. Squeaky clean is not a good idea because it means it has stripped my skin. This feels like a very stripping cleanser. Please tell me you hear that. Oh no. Yeah, this is dry.
I love how some of these just come up as your logo. Natural Best Hydrating Shrink Pores Acne Treatment Amino Acid Foam Facial Cleanser Face Wash Private Label. Just stuff all of the keywords. Like me on Thanksgiving when I'm just stuffing my face with articles of food. And now it is time to exfoliate. This is probably the one that I am looking forward to the most. Vegan and cruelty-free AHA 30%, BHA 2% peeling solution for professional use, 10 minutes exfoliating facial brightening pore cleansing from Magique. Ooh, this is actually a very bright pink. This is not as red as the Ordinaries, but let's see what actually happens when we put it on the face. When we look back at the listing, it's got 1 star out of 5. And you know I love the Ordinary, so this is going to be held to some high standards. Yeah. Ingredients, it just says alpha hydroxy acid AHA and beta hydroxy acid BHA, but it doesn't necessarily list them right there, so I'm already skeptical about this ingredients list. I'm like, should I put this on my face? Later on it says glycolic acid, water, aloe leaf water, sativa extract, salicylic acid, lactic acid, tartaric acid, and then at the very bottom it says glycerin. This automatically tells me that they are lying because you cannot formulate something safely with over 50% AHA, and right now, based on the list of the ingredients, that's what they're trying to tell me. Glycerin also wouldn't be at the bottom. The water would be higher up. They done lied on this one. Let me see if other things say different. It says the exact same thing on here. Oh, this is questionable. The dropper is not a very good quality. It is cheapo. Look, it's not even filled all the way. It's like they only filled it halfway. No. Oh, yo, this is looking like a strawberry bubblegum cheek stain, not like the Ordinary's peeling solution. Yeah, that's an adventure.
I have a clean, squeaky clean face, which is unfortunate. This is only half full. Please tell me you see that. Ooh, that does not smell like the Ordinary. This smells like something from my childhood, but I can't put my nose on it. Okay, this is the Ordinary's AHA BHA peeling solution, and this is this Magique stuff. Do you see that color difference? Let's look at a texture comparison. Here is the Ordinary's. You know what to compare it to. And then this one. Okay, ready? We're gonna do the drip test. Oh, well the Magique one was definitely more runny initially. Magique one is more pink. The Ordinary's is definitely more red. I'm really about to put this on my face. Okay. Let me make sure that I can get it off. Rinses clean, which is a good sign. It's not bad either. It's kind of like a sweet smell. Like I feel like it was like a candy or a toy or something. I should have patch tested this. Like that would be the smart thing to do. I feel like this doesn't have acids in it though. It doesn't smell like it. Doesn't feel like it. Doesn't look like it. You know what? Let's go test it. Okay, ready? I have to leave this on my face for 5 to 10 minutes anyways, right? Here we've got a chem beaker and a pH tester. This tests the pH of different products or your skin. And that's what we're gonna do here. So, got our Magic A serum. Let's just, yeah. This is what we use in chem labs for product. This is what I use on my skin to test the pH of my skin. Calibrated, perfect, okay. pH is 0, temperature is 23.9. All right, you ready? pH is 5.54. Really, bro? This is not an acid. That's why it doesn't do anything on my skin. It is the pH of my skin. This is not an acid. Oh my God. This is a very weak acid if you want to get technical because it's a pH of 5 and it's under 7. But this is not a peeling solution. Let's just test the ordinaries for fun, okay? I don't have another beaker on me. All right, recalibrated 0 pH. I am just going to drop this directly on it because I don't want to waste the ordinary's peeling solution, especially because this little mofo is out of stock. So you can see what I'm doing. Here's the ordinary. Grab a little bit. Bagoing. Bagoing. We are not wasting anything over here. Okay, and there we have the ordinary's peeling solution. pH of 3.75, 3.76, 3.76. pH, peeling solution. pH, peeling solution. The ordinary is giving us an acid. This company is not. Thank you for your service, my friend. Well, at least it wasn't dangerous, but it is definitely disappointing. I could leave this on my face for an hour because this is not an acid at all. I have no idea what they put in here, but it is not an acid because this has a pH of 5.5. It feels a little bit like glycerin. Again, it smells really funny. I don't know if they put fragrance in it or what, but yeah. I don't see any purpose for buying this. There we have it. It is definitely water soluble because it washed off. I would assume this is mostly water. You know what this is? This is a joke. That is what this is. I mean, this could have been a lot worse. This could have had like a pH of like 2. Could have burned my face off, but nope. Yeah, that was highly questionable.
No. No. Nope. Do not do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. After exfoliation, what do? We tone. Here we've got this vitamin C brand again that is our Brightening and Glow Skin Toner, instant smooth, alcohol free, and it does have witch hazel, but I'm not super mad about that. You know that based on formula, I don't hate witch hazel. If you are sensitive or dry, don't use it, but overall I'm not mad at it here. This one does list the same ingredients that it has on the bottle. The base of this is glycerin and propanediol for penetration. It does have that witch hazel, but they throw in some niacinamide, which is nice. There's no retinol palmitate in this one, which arguably would have been a better choice because it would actually stay on the skin, but whatever. We've got some citrus fruit extracts, which again, if you're not sensitive to, that's okay. Ethyl hexylglycerin. This doesn't seem half bad, but we have to put it on the face before we can tell.
There is nothing else on this bottle. Private label at its finest. It looks like a Pixie beauty bottle. Very liquidy. Comes off as a traditional liquid. Spreadable. Hey, it doesn't burn when it goes on. That's nice. Getting a little bit red. I do have erythema, so I do get red a little bit normally. But it's got grip. It's got grip. But it's not horrible. we have toned.
From the same Magique brand, we have our Hyaluronic Acid Serum, Ultra Hydrating and Soothing. As in ha ha ha, is this a joke or are we actually doing this? It is officially listed as our 2020 OEM private label best hydrating 100% vegan pure hyaluronic acid face serum for $2. $2. The ingredients on the package and the ingredients do line up on the listing, which is always a good sign. The question is that, is it any good? Am I going to regret putting this on my face? This dropper is actually much more high quality, but again, they're not even filling it properly. Bro! At least this one got better reviews than the other one. Effect: hydrating.
We're back to this Magique brand, and based on the lies that were put into this little bottle, I'm kind of worried about whether or not this is even hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid serum, ultra hydrating, soothing. It smells like absolutely nothing. It falls into the hand nicely. It actually feels very, very hyaluronic acidy. It's a little liquidy. This one is actually not half bad. It's absorbing well. It's not irritating my face. I mean, aqua, butylene glycol, glycerin, aloe. Yeah. Camellia sensis leaf extract, sodium hyaluronate. This is actually decent, if not really good. If it is what it says it is, because this is a lie. Look at this. If you put this in a bottle and sold it to me for $20 and told me it had these ingredients, put a nice brand on it, I would not second guess that. It's got all of its little certifications down there, which are nice. As it's soaking in, it's kind of losing that slip. Feels like a hyaluronic acid serum.
And to seal off any good skincare routine, we need a moisturizer. Right here we have the Vitamin C Brightening and Glow Vitamin C Face Cream for dull and tired and irritated skin. Oh my god, that's me. I'm dull, I'm tired, I am irritated with 2020. Help. Glutathione, arbutin, vitamin E, niacinamide, orange aloe. This vitamin C brand is the only one who sent like really comprehensive MSDS like data sheets on basically what's in the ingredients. They're like not belonging to radioactive substances, which is good. Isoparaffin, which is awesome. We do have perfume and we do have orange fruit extract, which some people might not like in this. But overall, I'm trusting this line a little bit more.
See this? Oh, wow. Doesn't this remind you of the Body Shop? Ooh. Oh, she's fluffy. She doesn't smell like anything. This does have a preservative in it, so I am taking that from the lid and putting it back on. The preservative in question happens to be disodium EDTA and phenoxyethanol. This is going on really nice. You know what? It's a really smooth cream. That is a halfway decent product. It's not burning, it's not stinging, it doesn't smell funny. It's very, very soothing. Look at that. It's got a little bit of grip, but it's not overly doing. This kind of had to redeem for that overly stripping cleanser. So this is my face. This is kind of what we're dealing with. If I break out, I fully take accountability and responsibility. Yeah. Let's go to bed and let's wake up and see how this does in the morning. Good morning. My face feels dry. I think it was the cleanser. The moisturizer still, I feel like smooth. It almost feels, you know, very supple, like dimethicone a little bit. But I can tell that my face underneath is a little bit dry. That cleanser was not a good idea. I feel like overall, trying so many new things in a routine was a little bit stripping. This is why you should ideally switch your products out one at a time and give them, you know, a full month or so to actually do some work. Because I don't know which product exactly did this. I have my guesses, but I don't actually know. This is what we're looking at. Irritation
Haven't broken out majorly yet, but it'll probably take some time. Let's get to our morning routine from the DOLLA store. Good morning. Oh boy, here we go again. It is time to look at our dollar store morning routine. Oil-free acne wash, a great way to wake up and start the day, right? That's always how it was marketed to me. Well, this is not Neutrogena. This is a cruelty-free dollar store version called the oil-free acne wash. It says it's a salicylic acid acne treatment, and when we look at the back, it does have 2% salicylic acid. It has some sulfates, cocamidopropylbenzene, we have some sodium chloride, it does have fragrance and aloe. It seems very basic. I'd actually like to compare this to the Neutrogena one. They're going to be a little bit different, but they're somewhat comparable, and this just looks like a very basic salicylic acid cleanser. Let's see how it actually feels on the face. Okay, have our oil-free acne wash. It's kind of leaking, but that's okay. Smells like bright, fresh mandarin oranges. Based on the Neutrogena foaming cleanser, which I don't personally use, it's been recommended by derms to other people, and I used it in the past. This does not have that same jelly consistency. This is a much stringier, thinner consistency. Let's see how it actually goes on the face. It's not foaming up the way I would have expected it to, but it's not drying. It's not stripping like what we did last night, which is really, really nice. I don't really feel it stinging. I do have very resilient skin, but usually I can feel salicylic acid working. I don't feel dry, and at least I don't feel squeaky. Feels different than the Neutrogena cleanser, but I actually wonder if this is somewhat comparable. We also don't need to exfoliate in the morning because we don't want to strip our epidermis anymore before we go out in the sun. So let's do a little bit of toner. And as you saw, the dollar store had some very slim pickings for options. But this paper face mask with cucumber and aloe, when we turn and learn those ingredients, it's essentially a toner in a mask form. This is a little bit more like an essence, I guess, because it has some propylene glycol and some glycerin, but if you just took out the liquid in here, you would call this an essence and sell it in a different bottle. So this is an essence in a mask form. Let's put this on. So the front likes to tell us that it has all of these fancy ingredients, but when we actually look at the ingredients, it's a bunch of fragrance with like 2 tiny extracts. Let's see what we can get here. Ooh, you know what? They do give you a good amount of product. There's a lot left in there. Put this in the fridge and apply this as a serum later. But right now, let's do this. Like, this is a super jelly, super jelly essence. You see, it puts the lotion on the skin. Oh no. 3 to 5 minutes. Enough time to scare my cats. Do I look normal to you? Is this just another day in the life of you being my cat daughter? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, a little strange. I almost feel like this mask is a touch like drying onto the skin. You know how sheet masks normally stay pretty moist? This one isn't like staying moist, and it's kind of tingling. I don't know if it's the salicylic acid or something that's in this mask. It's not hurting, and it's not horribly itchy, but it's like, it's not itchy. You know what I mean? This definitely feels jelly. There's a lot left in there. Can you see the consistency? It just feels very goopy. It feels like it's sitting on top of the skin and it's not really penetrating or hydrating. The dollar store did not have any serums, but they did have this day cream, which actually seems very interesting. It's Dermasil Labs pharmaceutical research. It is cruelty-free, vitamin E. This seems like a very basic, one of those things that the dermatologist recommends to you because it is fragrance-free, it's no BS. It does not have glamorous ingredients. It has ingredients that a lot of people fearmonger around. Those include things such as dimethicone and carbamers, but when we actually look at it, it seems pretty solid. Let's see what happens when we put it on the face. And for those who use CeraVe or Cetaphil, if you have a dollar store near you, or if you have this brand, I would love to know if this brand is anything comparable. Oil-free daily facial cream with vitamin E intense moisturizer for softer and smoother skin while relieving dryness. And that definitely just made me dry. So let's hope that this fixes the situation. Oh, just kind of poop that out. This is very liquidy. I was expecting this to be a little bit thicker. Oh, it does peak and tint pretty well. This is actually, reminds me of the Cetaphil's, the CeraVe's. Smells like nothing. At least it doesn't smell like butt. Does it have fragrance in here? Nope, I believe that this is fragrance free. It does have geranium oil, so maybe that is slightly fragrancing, but I would say that this is on par. Wow. Like a nice occlusive barrier. It kind of has that slip to it. I don't personally use CeraVe or Cetaphil because I can't confirm the cruelty-free status, but I have applied those products to others just based on physician recommendation or based on people's needs and the products they bring in, or the products that my friends have. And this feels a lot like that. And it's a DOLLA. This feels like La Mer. You know, La Mer has a lot of paraffin. La Mer has very inexpensive ingredients and then they just shoved seaweed into it. If you lied to me and told me that this was a fragrance-free La Mer, I don't know if I would question you. But you also know how I feel about La Mer. Please recycle this tube. Hey, Dermasil, you and I are friends right now. Okay, let's let this dry onto the skin for a hot minute and then we can apply our sunscreen. And you know that sunscreen is the most important part of a skincare routine, so we had to get a sunscreen. I'm so happy that the dollar store had one that is cruelty-free. This is the Max Block Sunscreen SPF 50 lotion, broad spectrum, water resistant. I'm hoping it's not going to be too pasty. This is a chemical/organic sunscreen, not a mineral sunscreen, because the dollar store had some interesting options, but not a lot of options. And so this is what we have to do in order to protect our skin. And remember, being protected is better than being picky. On the ingredients lists, we see some of those very common organic filters. We're seeing avobenzone, octisalate, octocrylene, homosalate. Down the list, the actual formula that this is put in is very, very basic. We do have aloe, but it's a lot of acrylates, cross polymers, hexylethylglycerin. We do have fragrance in here, which some people might not like. We do have polyethylene, propylene glycol, sodium hydroxide, cocoa seed butter, tocopherol acetate, which is vitamin E, and water. So this doesn't sound like the best sunscreen. This is definitely not something that I would pick up if I had a choice, but because I am limiting myself to under $5 for this challenge, let's get this on the skin. All right. Oh, we got our sunscreen. There is no safety seal, but that's okay. Max Block. We have this. I don't want to do too much, but you should apply a decent amount of sunscreen. Ooh. This is a chemical filter, so hopefully it'll absorb and not stay pasty because there's no zinc or titanium in here. Don't forget the ears. It feels like plaster on the skin. And again, this shouldn't leave a white cast because there's no zinc or titanium that would flash back. Make sure about that. Yeah, there's none. What is going on? All right, I have attempted to aggressively rub this in, and my face feels lotiony. You know that horrible sunscreen feeling that you don't want to feel? That's what this feels like. You know what? For this sunscreen, first impressions, I give it like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. It is not the worst. I have seen much worse, but it is not pleasurable. It is also stinging a little bit. My face always stings with avobenzone or with some of these organic chemical filters, and I feel it stinging on my pimples, which is what it normally does. It's not a pleasant feeling, but it is what my skin does. So, oh, I feel, I'm not feeling my best. It is about the time of day that I would normally reapply sunscreen. It's been a couple hours, maybe a little bit too many hours, but I feel greasy. Like, I feel gross. I didn't put sunscreen here just to compare because I was wearing a shirt earlier today. I feel like a slimy bulletproof coffee butterball that was left in somebody's hot car in the middle of the streets in Los Angeles. I'm just not interested in getting this back into my open acne pimples or into my eyes. It's also kind of pilling up a little bit. Yikes. Hey, at least it was only $1. The best way to describe it is that it feels like wet spaghetti. You know, when the pasta's like still wet and a little bit tacky, like it would hold on to makeup well, but it's not dry, but it's not super slimy? Yeah, that's how this moisturizer is making me feel. We have learned a lot when it comes to this $5 skincare, and the original goal was to find out if there is this cutoff point of cheap being too cheap. And let's just say this was an adventure. From finding both very questionable counterfeit and amazingly, shockingly inexpensive yet effective skincare, all the way to making it to the dollar store where we found pretty decent dupes as well as some horrible excuses for skincare. And even when we tried, we couldn't make them work. So when it's all said and moisturized, the final question really is under $5 skincare even worth it? Is it completely dangerous, or is it like this uncovered gold mine of skincare that actually works but that nobody has tried because they perceive it to be too cheap? And unfortunately, there is no answer to this question. It really solidifies my decision to always turn and learn my ingredients, because this kind of went beyond brand. You can't even base these off of brand at this point. And it really was ingredient and feel, and just the way you might walk into a prestigious retailer like a Sephora or an Ulta and try different products and it will work for some but not others. It's kind of the same thing. Now, the difference is this perceived quality. You know, at these higher end retailers, we expect to have a better experience, and if we have something go wrong with the product, we normally blame ourselves and our skin. Versus, I feel like through this journey, I've realized that when people use less expensive skincare, they don't necessarily blame their skin for the product failure. They blame the product because it's perceived as cheap. But do you see how in a retail setting from a prestigious manufacturer versus just one of these like off-label brands, how that might be different and how our psychology might be playing with our perceptions? That being said, I wouldn't touch this ever again. This brand, and actually all of the products that I tried from it, are halfway decent. I could see these being sold for $10 to $15 at CVS and not questioning them. We had some of these experiences that were absolutely horrible. This was literally like Grease City. Grease City. And then we had some polarizing experiences where literally from the same exact brand, we had a product that is pretty much a ripoff, and then one that I feel is like liquid hyaluronic acid gold. This from the dollar store, I can see myself going for this again and again and recommending this to other people who want a cruelty-free, nice alternative to either CeraVe or Cetaphil for $1. For $1! And fragrance-free. Like, I was not expecting to look out like this. When it does come to under $5 skincare, I think that you do have to be a little bit more careful in some areas, specifically in turning and learning those ingredients, because not always are the ingredients matching up to what the products are claiming. And that's, I think, where it can get a little bit more iffy. Whereas if you're purchasing from a brand that you find at one of these retailers, you don't have to worry about that because that reputation is on the line. But again, when you dig really deep into this secret world of manufacturer supplied skincare, you realize that a lot of these brands are producing the same stuff and they're just labeling it differently. And just the way I found a cleanser that literally made my face squeaky, I do not like this one, again, if that wasn't already obvious, I can still think of about 3 cleansers that I can go, you know, walk into the mall, pick up off of a shelf for $25 to $30, and they will also leave my face having that horrible squeaky feeling. So when it's all said and moisturized, the final verdict is that, unfortunately, no, there is not a said cutoff point of what makes cheap too cheap versus when is it actually good. I think that once you get to like a certain price point, you do have to worry about sourcing, or you do have to worry about purchasing a brand that looks like another one and is kind of trying to piggyback off that fame or that reputation versus purchasing one that's actually kind of made a name for themselves. I think that that's where the biggest challenge comes in. It's about those ingredients. And again, cheaper doesn't mean worse, but expensive also doesn't mean better. Would I do this again? Yes, this was not a pleasurable experience. This one was a horrible experience, but it was also fun. I kind of pushed myself out of my comfort zone trying to find items that were inexpensive, hopefully more accessible to a wide range of people. Still held up to my idealistic standards when it comes to ingredients and being cruelty-free and trying to find halfway decent packaging and all of those kinds of things. This was a challenge. And if you know of any other skincare brands that are selling products for under $5, please leave them in a comment so that I can look into them, because I wouldn't rule myself out from trying this again. So from here on out, please remember to turn and learn those ingredients. Make sure that that like button is pressed, and so is that subscribe button, so when we talk about more skincare science and how we actually attribute value to different products based on their marketing or branding versus the ingredients list, you won't miss it. Always remember to be beautiful both inside and out, and I cannot wait to see you in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.